If I asked you how you felt about your to-do list right now as an online entrepreneur, what would you say? Would you tell me that it's never ending, that you feel like you can never catch up? Would you say that it brings up some anxiety or some negative feelings and maybe even makes you feel that you're falling behind or that you're not really as productive as you could be? If so, this video is for you. I'm Kim Jimenez, your digital marketing strategist and the founder of The Business Lounge. And in this episode, we're going to change your relationship with your to-do list. I think that as entrepreneurs, especially online, we all struggle with productivity at some point in our careers, at some point in our life. And I think that you've been there too, where you have this to-do list that for whatever reason makes you feel incredibly overwhelmed, or maybe when you wake up in the morning and you get ready, you're already thinking in your head of all the things that you have to do, and that actually puts kind of like a creative damper on your entire day. And I really want to make sure that we start rephrasing the way that we think about our to-do list, the relationship that we have to our to-do list. And this is something that for me, it took a long time to realize and kind of make a change for the positive. So in today's video, I wanted to go through 3 steps that can really help you reframe the relationship that you have with your to-do list. And the first one of those is just mindset, right? It's really changing the perception that you have of your to-do list. As entrepreneurs, we often get really bogged down because if you're a solopreneur like me, you're probably handling so many different hats in your business, right? Maybe you are doing all of the bookkeeping. On top of it, you're the salesperson, you're the marketing person, you're delivering the service or the product or the program, and it can get really overwhelming really fast. Not to mention content creation, keeping up with social media, making sure you're staying educated and informed on the latest trends, and all of that can really add up. It can make you feel absolutely overwhelmed. And I know for sure in my business, this is something that I'm constantly having to reevaluate and keep myself in check so that I don't get so caught up in the minutia and like the details of like, oh, I have to do 17 things today, that feeling of overwhelm can really trigger, at least for me, a sense of like depletion, right? It really draws me away from the big picture of my business. It draws me away from my why as to like, why is it that I'm doing this? And it can really put a damper on your entire mood to the point where you start going into a rut. And so as part of our productivity series, I wanted to go ahead and show you how to change your mindset around your to-do list. And that's the first step. So step number 1 is changing your mindset. And it's shifting that perspective from, oh my gosh, I have so many things to do today. Like, woe is me, I can never move forward, all those negative thoughts in your brain, to being looking at it from a more positive kind of perspective, which is, dude, like your to-dos, every single task that you have on your to-do list is a step in the right direction, right? It's helping you climb that ladder to the next milestone in your business, the next goal in your business. And if you start thinking about your to-do list and the individual tasks in that to-do list as opportunities instead of as, these like super overwhelming chores, you're really gonna start appreciating the fact that you even have the opportunity, right, which is the key word here, opportunity, to run a business. So many people, not just here in America, but all over the world, there's millions, if not billions of people that don't have the opportunity to chase after their dreams, right? Because of their current circumstances, because of where they live, because of their socioeconomic status. And so if you have the opportunity to run a business, whether it's online or traditional, you have to realize that that's an amazing privilege. And it's not something that you should take lightly. So instead of constantly thinking about your to-do list as, something that's bogging you down or holding you back from actually working on the projects that you're passionate about, start thinking of your to-do list as a means to your dreams, right? As a means or a channel to really live the kind of life that you were designed to live. So that's step number 1. It's reframing the way that you think about your to-do list from a very like negative place to a really, really positive place. Once I started to do this in my business, I started changing completely the way that I felt, the way that I operated, and it started to boost my productivity because I started to get excited about the projects that I was working on. Now, in later videos, we're going to tackle individual productivity tips and how to really structure your business as a whole to run in very, very strategic and efficient ways. But just know for now that changing your mindset and working on that mindset is so impactful. Step number 2 is to break it down. And this is something that if you're a part of the Business Lounge membership, you've heard me talk about inside our community over and over and over and over again. But the reality is every time I talk to an entrepreneur who's totally overwhelmed, it's usually because they have this like massive projects going on in their businesses and they're not being realistic about the time that it's actually going to take them to implement all of those awesome projects and all of those awesome ideas. So instead of creating this massive project for yourself, like let's say redesigning a website or launching your blog or maybe getting into Facebook ads, I want you to start breaking down those really big projects into smaller, actionable to-do lists, right? So if you have something like launching a blog, right, there's picking out, your WordPress theme if you're going to be using WordPress, or selecting a nice template on Squarespace. There's figuring out what your blog name is going to be and creating amazing graphics around it and figuring out what you're going to be talking about, and then actually sitting down to write down those topics. That's just the prep, right? We're not even launching the blog yet. So I really want you to start thinking about ways that you can break down your to-dos so that it feels like a more attainable goal instead of this like massive uphill battle that you have to face in order to get to that milestone. This has helped me tremendously in my business. I honestly can tell you that it helps me keep sane. So the next time you set a really big goal for your business or you set out to create a new project, make sure that you're breaking it down into actionable lists that are attainable. Remember that momentum will always encourage motivation in your business. So if you're reaching smaller, actionable goals in your business, that's going to get you really motivated because you're going to be building that momentum continuously. And that is the key to staying excited about your work and excited about, the projects that you are really rolling out in your business. Now, if you haven't had a chance to check out the other videos in this series, definitely check the description box below, as well as the YouTube cards. I'll be linking to the entire series there. And this specific video is really, really important, the one I'm about to mention. And that is, if you don't have a task management platform, you definitely need to get one. Personally, I love using Trello, but you can use anything like Asana to Basecamp to Evernote. Just make sure you have a hub where you're actually writing your to-dos and breaking down those larger projects that we just talked about into actionable to-do lists. So if you like to learn more about how I manage my to-dos via a task management platform like Trello, definitely check out the link in the cards right now. And then step number 3 is really simple, but super important. And here is kind of like that secret sauce that'll keep you excited about the work that you're doing and help you manage that relationship with your to-do list from a really negative one to a very positive one. Over the past, I think maybe year and a half in my business, I've set out to do something really important. That is, every single day, in addition to making sure I have 2 to 3 things that I absolutely am going to accomplish that day, I make sure to at least incorporate one activity that I absolutely enjoy doing in my business. And so maybe 2 weeks ago, I asked my community inside the Business Lounge, we were having a live Q&A, and I asked them, what is it that you love to do in your business? What is that one thing that you just, you feel so much joy around, that really lights you up, that makes you feel excited about your work? And they told me all kinds of different things. For some of them, it was working with more clients one-on-one. For others, it was creating social media graphics. For others, it was blogging and creating content. For others, it was, taking amazing shots and creating videos. And so I really want you to think about what is that one thing that you absolutely love doing in your business that brings you joy, that lights you up, and that you can do every single day. And that's the key. It's doing one thing, at least one activity that really brings you joy, that makes you feel excited, that makes you feel passionate about what you do. And so for me, that one thing is creating content. I absolutely love creating videos like this one. I love creating training programs and training resources for our members inside of the Business Lounge. And I love vlogging and podcasting and all that good stuff. And that makes me feel happy and excited. It makes me kind of connect to my inner creative, and it just makes me feel fulfilled. And so doing one of those small activities, even if it's just, editing a video or writing a new blog post, all of those things add up and they make me feel really excited about the work that I'm doing. And of course, there's going to be tasks, right, throughout your day that are not going to be super enjoyable. You still have to show up as a professional, right? We're all adults. We have to deal with things that we don't love doing in our businesses. For me, usually that's paperwork and doing admin stuff that's, boring. But those things have to get done. If you can counteract them with things that you really enjoy, and if you're really intentional about doing at least one activity that you absolutely love in your business every single day, you're going to start shifting that perspective and that mindset to where, oh my gosh, you know what? I really love where I'm at in my business right now. I'm making progress. I'm feeling really good about, my productivity and the direction that I'm heading. And so I think that that's really, really important. And so there you have it, 3 steps to changing the relationship that you have with your to-do list, and hopefully swapping out some not so great habits for some really good ones that'll keep you in tune and in check with your overall purpose and keep you motivated and excited to keep moving forward. Now, don't leave without your super special bonus freebie, and that is my personal Trello board. It's a copy of the exact board I use inside of Trello to manage my to-do list, plus there's a really cool video inside as well that'll walk you through the entire process. So that'll be linked in the description box below, as well as here in the YouTube cards. Really investing in systems that allow you to be more productive in your business can have an incredible impact in your overall success. So make sure to download the Trello board now if you're interested in learning more about how I manage my own to-do list. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely share it with maybe one of your friends or a colleague who might also be struggling with productivity either at work or in their business or maybe even at home. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you inside the next episode. Bye for now.
So, you know how building an online business can be totally overwhelming? You're probably learning new strategies from YouTube, other blogs, podcasts, and taking courses that are all great, but sometimes give you contradictory and even confusing advice. I get it. It's hard to filter through which strategies you should be implementing right now to grow your online business versus the ones that you should stow away for the future, when you're actually ready to implement them. And that's exactly why we designed the Online Success Path. Inside, we broke down the 6 stages of a successful online business: validate, launch, hustle, breakthrough, profit, and scale. And we designed a complete roadmap inside the Business Lounge membership just for you. Inside each stage, you will find a step-by-step action guide tailored to the specific challenges you'll encounter during the stage of business you are currently at, complete with getting started tips so you can know exactly what to expect, video tutorials so that you can implement new strategies, action items so you stay on track, plus full-blown courses to help you focus only on the tasks that will accelerate your progress right now and take you to the next level in your business journey while keeping you accountable and overwhelm-free. So if you're ready to take your online business to the next level, get started at jointheblounge.com.